Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. I hope everybody had a great day. It is Wednesday evening, September 3rd, and let's see what the markets looks like. Apple and Google are ripping Google at its all-time high. It's really ripping up there. But first, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. Good evening, Luis Rodriguez and Laptop Travel and Doge Mama 9 and everybody else tuning in. I know Valerie always likes everything and reposts it, so I greatly appreciate that all the time, and everybody else. So how is everybody today? Let's go ahead and, like I said, look at Google there, shot up all the way in the top, and it could run up a little bit more tomorrow. So them leaps were looking good. How about that, Luis Rodriguez? So that was looking good, and again, that's how the market looked today. It was a little mixed. Our energy was down a little bit. ExxonMobil pulled back some, and your Gush right there had pulled back as well, but they did run up, and they'll get run up and run back up, that's for sure. And we'll take a look at everything. And Yesy 11 right there. And good evening, Doge Mama 9 and everybody else, Laptop Travel. And like I said, everybody tuning in, greatly appreciated. Zach and all of you guys. So here we go. Let's take a look and see what was going on today. Let's look at our list real quick, go through and see what's happening. Can you believe the NFL starts tomorrow night? That's how crazy is that? And it's Philadelphia and Dallas on a Thursday night in Philly. It's going to be wild around here. I know that. And our public's transportation, the SEPTA is down. I don't even know what's going on if they're on strike. I have no idea, but I think DraftKings, it was one of them betting sites, like stepped up and I guess is like funding the transportation. I just saw that. And that's pretty wild right there. And if you've ever been in Philadelphia, it is a crazy city. I've told you all that. It's wild over there. And it's not like any other place. I can promise you that. It is crazy, crazy area we live in. But anyway, it's a fun place, and it's always a good time. You never know what's going to happen, especially at an Eagles game. You never. Eagles Dallas, the first opening night. Holy cow, that's a wild one to pick. So anyway, ORIS, this was wild, pulling back a little bit today. It had run up the other day, yesterday, as a matter of fact, and a little healthy pullback there. Nothing too crazy. The same thing with Raya. And I was looking to see when the heck it is, and announces the $7 million. That was back in August, and I can't find when they changed the reverse split vote, because I look on here and it hasn't said anything, but I do know they changed it and it's coming up. I think it might be next week. So just keep an eye on that. I've been watching it. I thought it was trying to get set up there. It was curling up, and we'll see if it can get popping out of the basement. That'll be more of like one of them early runners right there. That'll be pretty quick. And of course, our open doors over $5 right there. Not looking bad. Of course, we were early on that. I mean, so early. We were in the 50-cent area early on that. And it is running up, not looking bad. We went over that yesterday. It's curling up, trying to get back into the top, as you can see. And it's just sitting on that line right there. And we'll see what happens on that tomorrow. And QMCO just pulling back a little bit right here as well. And of course, it bottomed out back there in the 650s. I thought it was going to try to run up a little quicker than this, but it oh shoot, I didn't even put the things on. Hold on, guys, I'm sorry. Running through stuff and not even paying attention. And here we go, QMCO. I went through a couple of them and didn't even switch the thing. You guys were just taking a look at it. And yeah, Laptop Travel was saying that Jim Cramer loves his 4 a.m. Warrior report right there. I think he liked it and might even gotten it. So that shows you how good that report is from Laptop Travel, his newsletter. And I tell you guys, I read it all the time. It is great. He puts out some great information. So there you go. And DraftKings, it is definitely their season. We'll have to go through that one. And how about that AEO? And I know Ben liked it, talking about it on the small cap show, and it did look good going into the earnings, and it shot up right there. That's for sure. 1362, and it was like up to the 17 area right there, AEO. And we'll go back through and look at everything. Yeah, it got over 17 right there. In the after hours, it closed at 16.99. So Jim Cramer did subscribe to the 4 a.m. the newsletter. So there you go, everybody. And that was pretty cool. So great for Laptop Travel right there. That's a great endorsement for sure. So I would say that's awesome. So congratulations, Laptop Travel, on that. That was really cool to find out. And so, yeah, here we go. We'll rock and roll right through and see. And again, I looked at ORIS. I'll just show you real quick. A little bit of healthy pullback. Raya has their reverse split. I forgot to put the screen on. And here is your open door running up there. And it's in that channel right there, not looking bad. So there you go with that one. And let's see that QMCO. We'll go through our quantum and computer hardware ones right here. So here you go. QMCO pull back a little bit. And let's look at our GTI right here. That one had a little bit of pullback as well. And QUBT, when they look good to run up, guys, during that period right now, when they are looking good, they happen to pull back. And when they look like they want to pull back, they happen to run up. And it's just that setup period that we're going to see why they bounce around. Here's your QUBT. The 20's pushing it down a little bit. And they will get set up pretty soon. It's not going to take them very long. So just let them get set up right here like we've been talking about. And QBTS, that D-Wave quantum right there is just looking a little flat, just running around. And how about the Quantum One D-Wave Defiance Quantum ETF hitting that support or resistance and kind of bouncing down? So there you go with that guy. And IONQ had looked good the other day. I know it was pulling back there today, and there you go. It'll probably want to roll off the MACD, so it's pulling back. And Z-Space has been pulling back a little bit, and we're just keeping an eye on this thing. When these things get turned around, this one will be a good one. We'll see how far it wants to dip down right there. And our RCAT right here, we'll see what that's up to. And that is dipping down. So any of them, again, that are under that MACD line, they're generally not crossing through right now. They're rolling off. The other ones are rolling up. And let's look at our cheetah right here and our big cat. CTNT did look good today. And I know I checked it out. Look at that thing curling up right there, looking pretty good. So you might get a run on the cheetah. And JAGX isn't too bad right here as well. It had earnings that looked like it bottomed out and it wants to move. So the big cats could be looking good. I know the lion looked good the other day. It was pulling back today. Remember, it was running up last week. We had looked at it. It's in the basement now, and another one MACD under, and it's dipping back down. So that is what you're seeing right there with your big cats and your quantum and computer hardware one. So here we go. We'll continue to cruise right through our list right here and look at UNH and see what United Health Corp is doing, or group. A little bit of pullback. That 20's meeting that 50 right there. And you would assume that it's going to try to run up there probably real soon at the next day or so. It looks like that wants to roll up there. So definitely be keeping an eye on that bad boy, UNH. And let's take a look and see what our Oscar is up to right here, OSCR, and that's running up. And again, look at the 20 and 50s meeting up, and then they roll up there. Remember, we were saying that should be bullish, and it is right there running up. So they do pull back a little bit, and then they run up. And here we go, American Bitcoin Corp. Wasn't it saying something this morning? It's a different name. I swear it said something about a construction. And when we were looking at it, ABTC, I don't know what the heck it was doing. But anyway, I swear that I have to go back and look at the morning show because I swore it said something weird. I was like, that's a weird name. And then it says ABTC's American Bitcoin Corp right there. I don't know if it was just something going on or if I was looking at the wrong thing. I have to go back and look. Anyway, this was the Griffin right here, ABTC. So GRPH, whatever the heck it was. What was it yesterday? YP, that was it. GRYP was Griffin, and now it's ABTC, American Bitcoin Corp. We talked about it last night, talking about it. I had split and it was going to run, and it certainly did. Look at this bad boy. It opened at 922 and got up to 1452 right there. So it was jamming. It got down into the sixes, 670, and it closed at 804. So there you go for ABTC, and that bad boy did run. And we were talking about it last night. And how about Pew right here? And this guy is getting set up as well. And here's another one of Trump's crypto companies. And again, I did a whole spiel on that last night. If you didn't listen to the show, check it out. I was talking about that and some other stuff. So there's your PEW, and now it's ABTC is American Bitcoin Company. What the heck is it called? Hold on. American Bitcoin Corp is what it's called. And then Pew is obviously Grab a Gun, and that is another one of theirs, an NCPL, and then PSQH, and that is getting set up right here. So you can see all their companies are looking pretty good. And you might want to keep an eye on that PSQH right there. It's looking good. We checked out Gush. I knew it was down today. It had recently run up for us. Pulling back, but you're going to get that bounce off. So there you go for that one. And yeah, Verb is going to be actually Verb is TONX now, which we'll look at right there. And that is VERB TONX. We were talking about it last night. And again, I talked to Manny from Telegram, and he runs the Telegram app. And now they launched their own TON coin, and then they also have this as their strategy or their crypto reserve right here, and they're buying up TON. So this one will be attractive. Let it pull back. Obviously, you know that under the 50, we'll give it some time, and then we'll run that bad boy up. So that is your TONX right there. And let's look at that Gush. Like I said, it did dip down today. It had been running up, so let it just pull back and then it'll roll back up. And RBNE was just kind of flat right here. And this thing just wants to get set up, guys. I'm telling you, something's going on right here. It had that look a couple weeks ago. Like I said, it definitely tricked me a couple weeks ago. I showed you where. And yeah, now it's still set up just like Gush was set up, looking good. This one is TMDE. This one was getting set up too. I saw it was down just a little bit, but again, something's going on here in the next few days. So be sure to keep an eye on them guys. And OCGN right here, guys, this guy is going to get cruising as well. You can see it rolling up, and we were super early on that one as well. So there's your OCGN and BMNR. Here's an Ethereum one. Ethereum Treasury, and this thing was looking better. I think they might have bottomed out, just like crypto is trying to bottom out right there. They're still trying to curl up right here, so we'll look and we'll see if they're really trying to get moving. It has to get back over that 50 and really get some momentum to cruise back through that resistance right there. So we do have some good resistance, but they will get rocking and rolling. We'll just see if it's ready at the moment. And SBET right here was still pulling back, and that is another one that is another Ethereum treasury right here, and it looks like that's trying to bottom out as well. So we'll be keeping an eye on good old SBET. And UPXI right there is the Solana treasury, and definitely pulling back at the moment. Let it come back down here. It's kind of crossing down. We'll see if it wants to pull itself back up right there. On UPXI, let's see. It might not. It might just cross down and have to get reset up. It's fine. It'll bounce right off of there. But we'll keep an eye on it tomorrow, and we'll obviously go through crypto shortly. Mobileye right here was down. This thing's just flat right here, guys, and wait for it to get set up and roll off the MACD. It had recently kind of spiked up right there, and you can see it's got that look right there where it wants to get moving relatively soon. I'll blow it up there, and there you can see MBLY. So here you go with MBLY, and you can see that bad boy getting set up. It's going to roll off the MACD. And Ample is looking good today and up, trying to run. So this one had dipped down yesterday, and it looks like it's trying to bounce off. And again, look at these things. Once they cross through, guys, they generally stay up. That's why you got to make sure that they cross through and they really want to get moving there. And here is your Ample at the moment, and it is popping up there. And watch this thing tomorrow, because this could keep its momentum. And again, a lot of them look like they want to continue to run, and then they pull back a little bit, but we've been keeping an eye on them, and we know we're in that little setup period. ASTS, let's look at it. Rhett, how are you doing this evening? There's Rhett, who runs the behind the scenes in our Discord. So Rhett's a great dude. I talk to him pretty often, and Rhett's awesome. So go ahead and give Rhett a follow, and we will definitely check out ASTS right there. And thanks for tuning in. EPIX, we'll look at it next, as a matter of fact. And EPIX right here, it still has a few days, as you can tell. This is called like a histogram, I'm pretty sure, and you can just tell how the chart's going to run. It has some days to set up right there, so it's trying to get there. It's just not ready yet, so we'll be patient on that one. And of course, ASTS is AST Space Mobile right there, and it did pull back a little bit. We were looking at this the other day, trying to see if it looked good, and I thought it was trying to get set up as it ran through, and then it pulled back. I don't know. Did they have something going on today? I'm not even sure. almost doubles in 6 months. It definitely has run up there, that's for sure. I know you guys were super early on it in the Discord. And but yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened there today. I did see it pulling back because we've been looking at it. Now it's hitting that trend line. Let me take a better look right here. And yeah, I think you do have a little bounce opportunity coming up. I don't know if it's really getting under there. A lot of them have been just kind of dipping down and bouncing right back up right there. Let me keep an eye on ASTS in the morning for you, Rhett, and see exactly what it wants to do there. It was some nice pullback, but I don't know if it wants to continue how far. It might just bounce right off of here in that 44.82 area. So could be a good one right there to look at and catch a bounce play on it. I do think it bottomed out right here and it's just kind of bouncing around. And that was at 42 down there. So I will definitely keep an eye on that one right there. AST Space Mobile. And here we go. Let's look at this one. Literally, like the day before it decided that they were going to split up the company, I said something's going on with this. And Warren Buffett's 57 billion face plan, Kraft Times breaks up a decade after his mega merger soared. So there you go. And yeah, Kraft Heinz literally just started looking at it the other day for whatever reason because we were talking about corn syrup in our products, and I just happened to pick out Heinz. And then all of a sudden, I looked at the chart and said something's going on there. And don't you know, a day later or 2 days later, they announced that they're splitting the company up. So there you go. We never really look at it, but it was bouncing back up today. I'll keep an eye on it and see what's going on. And I don't know. It's kind of weird that happened. But anyway, that is your Kraft Heinz KHC right there. And I'm not sure what they're going to change the stock tickers to or what the heck they're going to do. So definitely interesting right there. NAST Space Mobile is launching a $500 million private offering of convertible senior notes due 2032 with an option to sell an additional $75 million. That'll make it dip down. Is that what they announced today, Laptop Travel? So if that's what they did, right, it will pull back a little bit, and that's what I was looking to see if they had any news like that. But that's what Laptop Travel saying. He generally knows pretty well, and so there you go. You know what we could do? I could always ask the sidekick right here, like, what news did ASTS have today? And let's see what it brings up. This thing's pretty awesome, guys. I'm not gonna lie. And it does. It just goes through all kinds of stuff. We'll see what it says right here. We'll give it a couple minutes and we'll go through some other ones and let it pop back up. And there you go. That's a little TrendSpider AI action for you guys. And obviously Nader showed us all that good stuff. And they did have a good sale right there on Labor Day. I hope a couple people took advantage of it. And because it was what, $7 to sign up there for a little bit, and then obviously you'll pay a little bit more, but it's a good trial right there, that's for sure. They generally don't have many very cheap trials or trials at all. So that is TrendSpider, and it is awesome. And let's see if it is saying something. There appears to be limited news specifically about ASTS. The most recent mentioned the company yesterday. Trump moving Space Command, that, and what else? Like me to check any price movements. And yeah, you can just ask it for different things right there. I would definitely ask it if it what does it say? Private offering. Here you go. Let's see what it comes up as. We'll see what happens right there. We'll run through some more and we'll check back. And Marriott, I know it dipped down yesterday, but that looks like it wants to run back up and roll off. So you might want to keep an eye on that. Probably early it had run up on us a little bit and then pulled back. It was probably that nice dip and rip look right there. And TTD right here is setting up a little bit of pullback. You'd see that 20s coming down. That's curling up, not looking bad right there. And there, let's see. Oh, it's still fetching for some data right there. And let's see. Based on the information it can access, it doesn't see confirmed news about them anticipating a private offering. Price drop down, which could potentially be related to financing news that hasn't yet appeared in the news sources. It can offer if there was a private offer announced today, it may be very recent and not yet blah 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 reflected in the news. And there you go. So it does give you a lot. And oh, that was July 24th. So there you go. That's why it's not even picking it up for today. See that? And so there you go. I'll have to look at it tomorrow, Red. I'll check out ASTS. But this thing's great. I'm telling you, if I'm looking at a stock or something, I do use it now. And that sidekick, it does give you a lot of great information. Obviously, it's all um based off of charts or stocks and stuff like that. So it's picking that kind of information out of the AI world. So it does work well in TTD, like I said, just getting set up down here. It did take that nice dip, bottomed out down there. 20 coming down, not looking bad for it. And TJ Maxx, remember I was saying this thing loves to run during the season, and this thing's rolling up. I think that's going to be a little run up again and probably run up there tomorrow. So keep an eye on TJ Maxx right there. It's what, TJX, and I'm pretty sure it's TJ Maxx. I'm pretty positive it is. And so yeah, that one does look good. And like I said, it tends to run when back to school. Didn't Children's Place do usually run at that time too? Let's look at this thing. It has earnings coming up right here on Friday, right there. A little bit of healthy pullback. And Children's Place not looking bad. It did recently run up there, had been stair stepping down. It's about to get back into a bullish trend right here. So PLCE not looking bad to try to turn back around. We'll keep an eye on that one as a matter of fact. And Lyft right here was looking pretty good. I know it spiked up today, and its high was 1830. It opened at 1686. We were talking about this and saying it was looking good to drive up there, and it certainly did drive up, but it was pretty quick, and it doesn't look bad still to try to curl up and run, but it was a pretty quick run up there today. And this Geo drill is a money mark one right here. And I'll tell you what, this is a great gold one right here. It's dipped down, it's curling up, and I think it may even just cross through. It doesn't look like anything wants to stop it. It is an OTCer. It's at 235. It had run up into their all-time highs, and it's been running up, but you're getting another setup right here, and that is GEODF, Geo Drill, and that is a pretty good one. That one looks good for the gold. And JNUG right here, look at that, just ran up a little bit more today in the top. You can expect it might pull back a little bit, and including NUG right there was running up. And I would expect that to pull back a little bit at the moment, too, after them big run-ups. And TNFA did have a reverse split right here. As you can see, it was reverse split in there yesterday, and it's pulled back. And let's see if it bottoms out right here and if it's an opportunity tomorrow. So we'll be keeping an eye on that TNFA, especially since it just did reverse split. And SMR, we looked at it last night. It was running up today. I know I jotted it down on the list. We were talking about it. It did look good to continue its way up, and bam, there you go. 37.81 up to 43.11, and it's at 40.57 right now. So SMR, New Scout Power Corporation, not looking too bad and could continue its way up there tomorrow, as a matter of fact. And how about Denson Mines? I gave this one out on the small cap show a long time ago, probably when I gave out the open door and said this one was going to get moving. It's run up, pull back, but it's been in a bullish state, and it continues to run up. It's a uranium one right here, and we can even click on it. There's only a few uranium ones, and that one was setting up CCJ, and there you go, your DNN. That one doesn't look too bad. Little healthy pullback. ISOU got running there today. That looks pretty good. This one looks good. Had run up URG. And this one ran up yesterday, and UUU looks like it's about to go. So you can keep an eye on these uranium ones. Not looking bad right there, I must say. And AGH, this one, Urus Greenway, I don't even know what it's called, but that thing looks like it's trying to curl right through. It does have resistance right there. We'll have to look at it in the morning, but it did grab my attention right there. You can see it was trying to get through, looking pretty good. So we have to keep an eye on AGH there in the morning. And this one grabbed my attention too. It could be an amazing one pretty soon. And it's called Amaze Holdings. It's a beverage and winery and distillery one. It's way down there at the bottom, but it looks like it tried to bottom out there yesterday, and it came down today in the after hours. So that just grabbed my attention right there. And it does look like it wants to roll off. So keep an eye on that thing. AMZE. I don't know what's up with it, but we'll check it out. And how about Abbott Laboratories there today? That was up, and that looks like it's trying to run up a little bit more. So a couple ones that just grabbed my attention as I was running through, and you can see that one looks like it wants to run up there and roll up. So there you go with ABT and Abbott Laboratories. And let's keep an eye and look and see what else is going on. We'll go through the laptop travel list and our Jolie's jams, and then we'll see what else is happening in our market with our SPY, Big Cap Mag 7, and even crypto right now. And Bitcoin's at 111, it says. And what's Ethereum at? That's at 44.59. So $4,459 for Ethereum, right around that area. And Solana did pull back a little bit. It's at 210, but it's still cruising along and looking pretty good. Chainlink's at 23.75 and Stellar's around 36. Ripple's at 283. And we'll just go through crypto right now, as a matter of fact. So there you go, 111 for your Bitcoin. And let's cruise right through and take a look and see what these charts look like as Bitcoin runs back up to that 20. You can see it, and it could have that little bounce back down, and then it's going to be on, guys. So I think you do. You have that setup period, and same thing. Ethereum's trying to jump through. We'll see. Maybe they get fired up right now. I'm telling you, they got that look, and I've been telling you it's about to happen. And Solana wants to roll up there as well. So if it's either one little more pullback right here, you can see Ripple getting ready as well, or they're just ready. So I would be watching crypto right here, and there's your Doge down there, and that's ready to rip. And Cardano is not looking bad either, and you can see that one trying to get moving. That 20's coming down for it. And there's your Stellar right here. That thing's trying to run back up. You can see under and trying to curl. So like I said, they either have about a week left or so, week and a half, and they're going to set up some more. You can see Chainlink, or some of them are going to start firing off really quick and pretty soon. And here's your Optimism right here, and that's not looking bad to get set up. And I know our ETF, it was right around the 600,000 market cap. Let me look at it. I totally forget, to be honest with you. Let me see what it said. Yeah, right around, right under 600,000 right there. And let me see. And that, I'm telling you, is right at the bottom. So that one should start to get moving. So you're going to start to see these things cruising up, guys. And I think that's going to be our golden opportunity right there to make some crazy bank. Because if we get that thing rolling from these prices, it's going to make crazy bank right there. So we'll be definitely looking at that and keeping an eye on it for sure. And you know that. But anyway, let's go ahead and check out our laptop load travel list. And not the lowdowns, are just laptop travel list here. AMIX auto in the mix or something medical. And look at this thing. That one spiked up there, pulled back. That's just kind of creeping up there little by little. Had a little spike up, but pulled back a little bit. And B Hat is at Blue Hat Interactive and Entertainment. And let's see what this is up to. That one's been spiking up, so you might get some good spike up on that B Hat right there. So keep an eye on it. FCUV, I believe it is. Focus Universal. That actually looks good. It was running up right there inside that channel. Let's look and see what FCUV is doing right here. Yeah, that thing's running up right there and not looking too bad to stay into that channel. And INTJ is what? Intelligent Group. And that's looking pretty smart, running up to the 20. So let's look and see what INTJ is up to right there. And yeah, that thing looks like it's going to continue its way up. So there you go with that one. And let's see, LZM. Let's see what LZM is. I don't even know what Life Zone Metals is. And that thing looks like it's pulling back at the moment. So we'll be watching that one. MCTR right here. CTRL Group Limited. Not even familiar with it, but it does look really good right there for MCTR. So you might want to keep an eye on that tomorrow. It does look like it wants to continue to run up there. You can see that one in that channel. So keep an eye on that. MWYN right here. Let's see what MWYN. Not sure I'm familiar with that one. MWYN. Marwin Holdings. We have looked at this one, I think, before. Not recently, but that thing's cruising up, and that could be a really good opportunity right there. For what is it? MWYN. There we go. And yeah, that thing doesn't look too bad right there. So That one keep an eye on as well. And NAMM right here, Namid Minerals, and that thing was popping up today. And it could have a little bit of healthy pullback there tomorrow, but it definitely popped up there today. NCI, Neo Concept. And this thing actually looks pretty good. It was, oh, well, no shit. It ran up pretty much in the after hours. Now I like that purple look because look at that. I actually could tell you don't see it on there, but as soon as I saw that purple, I knew something was up. It was looking pretty good. And then I noticed that purple without even looking up. So that is pretty cool. I would like if they showed the spike up like that, would be a little better. But anyway, they do show the price action at the end of the day. So that does help on FinViz. And here you go. It's at 280 or 275. It ran up to 288 already for NCI. So that one did pop. And TOVX right here. Let's see what that's doing. And that's up a couple cents and getting into that channel, curling up right there. So you might want to keep an eye on that for the end of this week. You can see that one run around 40 to 44. It came down to 38 and it closed at 41 and doesn't look bad right there. So there you go. We're your laptop travel list. Thank you very much, Laptop Travel. And we'll go right into our Jolie's jumpers, right? Or Jolie's jams. I can't even remember what anything is tonight. RYM took a nice dip. And remember, this was Agrify. So they did change their stock ticker to and their name to Rhythm. And now it's RYM. And it is pulling back at the moment. And it did run up pretty significantly right there. So we'll watch it pull back a little bit to get set up, and we look at it each day on the Jolie's Jams right here. And Blink Charging just kind of run around today. It had recently run up a little bit of pullback, and it looks like it's trying to get set back up. And Sezzle fell back down a little bit more, and we'll keep an eye on that for when it's ready because we know that likes to run up pretty big. And that Sterling does look like it tried to bottom out there yesterday. A little bit of run around, and you can see it's under the MACD, so it's pulling back some, but it could have already bottomed out. So we'll be watching for that one. Rivian's been running up there, did spike up today, and could continue to run tomorrow. So keep an eye on good old Rivian for to keep some of that momentum right there. And what is SYM Symbiotic up to right here? And that one actually pulled back a little bit, but it's sitting right on that trend line. You can see another one under the MACD. They do pull back. We have to just time them out right, and you know we will. And here's your Nike dipping or popping back up. They had dividends today, not popping up big time. It's sitting on popping off the 50 and just stalling itself, I'll say. And it could come down a little bit more right there and pull back some more in your DXYZ. Has some time to pull up to set up. So again, just be patient with it. And they do look like they have some time to set up, a week or two at least. And I've been saying that the market's running a little slow, and we'll have a little bit of setup time, and these things are going to get cruising. You can see what Google and Apple are doing, and we're about to go through them in a minute. And Friday is the unemployment numbers, and you already know unemployment numbers are going to be pretty high because the employment numbers are never going to be good again. Google cut out how many managers there, Luis Rodriguez? Everybody's cutting out management, everybody's cutting employees, and everybody's cutting everything because of AI, guys. I've been saying it for over a year, probably 2 years now. And now you see what I was talking about. So anyway, let's keep on cruising here. Look at our SPY, Mag 7, big caps, and all them guys. And there you go. Your SPY was jumped back up. And remember, we said last night it could easily bounce right back up, stay in these channels right here because it isn't a bullish state. It's still pulling back there and it's popping up. I would expect tomorrow it could bounce back down a little bit right here. But again, you're not going to see, I don't think, any major correction. So and there you go. And over 30% right there. Initial jobless claims tomorrow morning at 8:30. So there you go. And we'll be keeping an eye on them in the morning. And Apple right here, look at that bad boy, jumped up pretty significantly and hitting that top area. It does want to cross through, but I'm just not sure if it really wants to. I know it just popped up today, and I don't even know what the news was, to be honest. Was it just because Google popped up? I don't even really know. I know Google avoided that whatever it was, that antitrust thing. And I don't know if Apple was somehow tied to it. I have no idea, to be honest with you, but I just know Apple was looking good. It was going to run up there. And I put it on the morning note for you guys to run Google and Apple. And there you go. I would say they were pretty nice ones right there. And there you go with Google running up like 9%, over 9% today. So that was a beauty. And yeah, it had some momentum from yesterday, obviously, and it was running up, but it ran up some more right there. So there you go with your Apple and your Google. Now let's go through Amazon, because that's actually looking pretty decent. Even though it's curling down right there, it's still holding itself up on its trend line. So we'll see if Amazon wants to get rocking and rolling soon. You can see it trying to curl back up, and it's not looking terrible, that's for sure. And Meta had been dipping down. That could have been its big bottom yesterday. So that's what these things look like anyway. It looks like Meta did bottom out there yesterday, and they're going to get that setup period. So if you know that's going to be the bottom, you know you're going to be bouncing around a little bit. You just find out where its low is, 721, right around that area. Find out if it dips down a little bit more in that space, and then you pick it up because you know it's going for a ride real soon. And that's how you look at these things. And Microsoft right here was just kind of jumping around. And another one, look at it, looks like that bottom could be in. Again, they're down here. They could be pulling back, but they might not pull back real hard. And that's what I was saying. They're not going to have a major correction. If they were, they'd be dipping down pretty hard. It almost looks like they bottomed out already, and that was yesterday. So interesting right there. Apple was implicated in the lawsuit with Google regarding cash payments for featuring their search results. So court ruled Google and Apple could keep their relationship untouched, and that's why the two of them did pop up there. And so there you go with that antitrust thing. So yeah, I had no idea. I just assumed that they were tied to it some way because Apple did pop up pretty big, but I never did look. And let's look at in the video right here. It was pulling back a little bit more, and you could have a little bit more pullback. It's sitting on the 50. We'll see. I don't know if it's ready to pop up just yet, but it is going to be hanging out there, getting set back up. And of course, our Tesla right here is up and looking pretty good. And Tesla looks like it wants to roll right back up right there, guys. I know it's crossing down. Let's take a better look at it. It's in that spot where it could pull itself back up, and looks like it wants to. So that is what your Mag 7 looks like at the moment. And obviously your Apple, Google looking good. And Tesla looks like it wants to start moving again. AMC right here was pulling back and just let it bottom out again. It just has a little bit of setup time, and they're going to set up here. But that could be its bottom. It did look like it bottomed yesterday, and that could be its dip and rip look right there. So we'll be watching that. GameStop hit the resistance, pull back. It could be a little healthy as it hit the resistance to set up right there. So it did go up a little in the after hours, nothing too crazy. And of course, our Chewy's looking great, guys. I'm telling you. This thing looks like it wants to run like a monster again. And Unity hasn't been too bad right there. And that thing looks like it might pull itself back up, as a matter of fact, and get rolling. So keep your eye on Unity tomorrow. See if it can pull itself up. That looked like it tried the bottom. I'll look at it tomorrow. See if it wants to pull back. This looks really good too. Netflix right here was back up $12, and that looks real nice. So you might want to keep an eye on Netflix right there. And AVGO is running up. I know that. And they do have their earnings coming up, aren't they? Tomorrow, September 4th, right there for AVGO. And look at this thing. That has a weird look. It looks like they might have really good earnings. And again, I just go based off the charts. The earnings are always confusing. I just know it's under that MACD. I would definitely be careful, but it is trying to get set up there to move. So I guess anything will happen with the earnings. And well, that's not even AVGO. That's, hold on, let me look at the right one. I put MU in, but AVG. Holy cow, are they the same chart setups? Because it almost looks very similar. I have to look at that. And but yeah, I mean, AVGO does look pretty good right there going into its earnings. And hold on a second. Yeah, that does. I mean, not perfectly similar, but it's pretty close right there for MU and AVGO on that look, and not even too bad off of there. So yeah, I would say these semiconductors are going to get set up. They're just not ready yet. MU comes up at the end of September, so that's when their earnings are, and they're way out there. And TSM right here was bouncing back up. And remember, yeah, they're just going to bounce around, but I do think they did have them they had them bottoms come in yesterday, and now they'll just bounce around them. And SMCI has been dipping down right here. We'll see. That one could level down another level. So we'll be patient with that. AMD's been pulling back, but again, going to get set up really bullish and get ready. So they just have like a week or two. You can just see it, maybe 3, but it's not going to be that long. And remember, they're going to do the rates, and that should get the market. Holy cow! Look at that thing curling up. You already know that 25.25 is already in there, and it could be factored into the market already. But how much is it factored in? I'm not exactly sure right there. So here we go. Let's keep on cruising right here and look at QCOM. And that thing is trying to pull back at the moment, but you already know it's going to roll right off that MACD. That thing's been getting set up and looking good. Snow up here is pulling back down. It was in the top. Now you have some pullback, and you'll probably come back down closer to your 50. I'm betting down there. So Snow could have a little bit of pullback. And let's see what PayPal, because that looks like it's trying to get set up as well. So I'd say PayPal's not looking bad right there. And let's look at Intel, because that one is kind of hitting the MACD. I don't know if it's going to dip down under. AVGO's earnings are tomorrow right there, and MU's down the road and at the end of the month. So there you go. But yeah, AVGO, they do have earnings tomorrow. And that chart, I'm telling you, it doesn't look bad. It jumped up there today, and it definitely looks interesting. It's just under that MACD. And again, Intel right here, INTC. It's just trying to make a base, but we'll see if it wants to roll off tomorrow. It's hard to actually tell on that one. And Dell right here is trying to jump up. And again, look, they look like they tried to bottom out yesterday, and they'll be dipping around and popping around for a week or two as they get set up right here. IBM, I'm telling you, that one's going to be a monster. It's going to start running up right there. And how about your Palantir right here dipping down, but not even too bad, just making a base and trying to get set up. So we'll keep an eye on Palantir. And what about Sophie? That actually isn't a bullish channel. It's just pulling back a little bit at the moment. So we'll let that get set up and see. You might get it to touch down, even come under that 23 right there into the 23s for Sophie as they get set up. And Mara and Riot, these guys are just getting set up. Look at these things looking good. Riot was down a little bit, but not looking bad at all right here. And of course, we already went through crypto, and it's looking really good. There's your clean spark, and that is still getting set up, but Mara and Riot are real close right there. And here's your micro strategy, and that one's like I said, that one could pull back a little bit more as it has, excuse me, as it has to get set up. Excuse me. Hey, yeah, there we go. And yeah, MicroStrategy might have to get set up right there. So I think you might have a little more pullback. MicroStrategy, it may soon join the S&P 500. Reports say the S&P 500 committee could announce its decision on Friday, and the company now meets all entry requirements, making it a strong candidate right there. And maybe you're getting that pullback until Friday. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. MicroStrategy. Thank you, Luis Rodriguez. And let's see what else is happening right here with our Robinhood, because that has some pullback in it. Coinbase, guys, is looking good. I know it was down a little bit today, but that's going to get set up to run. And Webull right here is looking pretty bullish, and that was down today. That might have a little more pullback. And I'd say Coinbase looks the best out of them right now. And Space right here, SPCE, Virgin Galactic. This guy is trying to get set up. Look at that 20 coming down for it. You can see it trying to roll up. I was saying it was getting set up the other day. Boeing was down today, and just in between that channel, look at it running up. It's got a tight channel right there, and it could get cruising real soon. So keep your eye. Watch as Boeing gets popping off that MACD right there. And DJT was down some more. And, you know, Fun was down a little bit. But again, look at that thing right down to the MACD to get set back up. And that's why you're going to see a lot of bouncing around right there. Fun was down, and that bad boy is going to get set up. And our McDonald's has been looking pretty good right there. And there you go. It's running up. We knew when it was coming down. We know when it's going up. And Disney is pulling back. I mean, that thing does look pretty good on that 20 right there. And I think it could pop back up tomorrow, Oxy was down. We looked at it and it did dip down there, and so did ExxonMobil. So there you go with our Mag 7 Spy, Big Caps, and all them guys. We did our crypto, our laptop travel list, and our Jolie's jams and our normal ones. So there you go, everybody. We just looked at all that real quick and just been cruising right through. Let me see what you guys have to see or look at, and then we'll go from there. Let me see what you guys are looking at. And yeah, we'll keep an eye on that ASTS. That's for sure, Rhett. And I'll look at that bad boy in the morning to get a better idea what's going on there after that dip today. Has great support right there. So generally when you see that, you want to see a bounce play, and we'll definitely keep an eye on it. Let me see what else is going on here. Luis Rodriguez posted a couple good ones, and it is HIMS HIMS right here. And remember, we were looking at that like a week or two ago, and we were probably a little bit early right there. There's your bottoms right there, and it is hitting the 20, trying to curl up. Not looking bad for him. So let me jot that one down real quick to keep an eye on it. And BTCS is a crypto one as well. And I'm trying to, isn't it like BTS or BTCS? Yeah, BTCS Inc. is what it's called. And that thing's actually starting to get set up. So that one's going to be a decent one right there. And like I said, crypto is right there, guys. I'm telling you, it is getting ready to get rocking and rolling. So everybody's been waiting for this time, and it's about to kick off. So if you're not in, jump in now. It's not too late because you're about to see these things rocking and rolling. That's for sure. And like I said, we can possibly take ETF as a community and really make some crazy bank with it, because them things can move really fast. And if we stick to a game plan and do it the right way, it could really move. And Roku right here, let's look at that one. ROKU, and that is popping up. It does have some really good resistance right there. It looks like it's getting up there. I have to look at it right now. ROKU. Holy cow. And yeah, that doesn't look bad right there at its 98.70. So I would say it is looking pretty good, and it's right through there. So we'll look at Roku tomorrow. Could keep that momentum. That's not looking bad. I know we looked at BMNR, and again, that's that Ethereum one. That's not looking too bad. Howard Hughes Holdings right here, HHH. That looks really good too, Luis Rodriguez. I like that one. HHH, Howard Hughes Holdings. Let me take a better look at that one right here. And yeah, that looks like it could keep some momentum going there tomorrow. That's for sure. So keep an eye on HHH and SMR. We talked about that. New Scout that jumped up today. We were talking about it last night. NAAB, ANAB. Holy cow. And here we go, ANAB. And that one is jumping up there and should keep some momentum, get up to that 50 in the 23s and the high 23s. Let me see. Oh, hold on. ANAB. This one's a tough one for me. And yeah, look at it jumping into that channel and should get right into that 50. So that one was looking pretty good there today, especially Boyle right here. We haven't looked at that, but let's take a look at it and see what Boyle's doing. That's the natural gas. And that is getting set up. You can see that bottomed out and looking way better. You're absolutely right there. That's looking pretty good. Here's your cold, your bear, and that is pulling back. So you're right about Boyle right there. And STTK is at Shattuck Labs. And I know that one did jump up. It got into the top and could possibly stay in there tomorrow. What is GEG? Great Elm Group. That did run up there. That could pull back a little bit. Let me take a better look at GEG right there. And yeah, that one did spike up. It might pull back a little bit. And BEAM is good old Beam Therapeutics right here. And that looks like it could keep that momentum. That was up 15% there today. Has some resistance going on, but if it can get up over that 19, it could get really cruising and beam right up for BEAM. NASAN. Let's see what Asana is doing. That one actually looks good. They had earnings, today? And that one actually looks pretty good right there for ASAN. Might have to jot that one down right there and take a better look at that one tomorrow morning, because that's not looking bad right there. ASAN, you can see that spiked up and could continue to roll right there. So there you go with some good ones. And AEO was American Eagle when I was talking about that. And they do have that Sydney Sweeney deal, and they said it was a great great partnership, I guess, because it did rocket up there in the after hours. It was looking pretty bullish right there, and it did get cruising. So there you go with your AEO for American Outfitters or American Eagle, whatever the heck it is. American Eagle Outfitters, that's what it is. And yep, there you go with AEO. And let's see what else is going on right here. GGLL was the play. That was that Google one right there. And that was a pretty good one today. So it did pop up there and looked really good. Remember, I was talking about the ETFs. And the Google Leaps were up 50% for Luis Rodriguez today. How awesome is that? That's a big popper right there. And how about that AEO? That one did run up there, steam in the jeans right there. It definitely did pop up. DraftKings, what is that one? I have to look it up real quick. DF, I forget what it is. DKNG. That's it. There you go. I couldn't think of it. DraftKings right here. Let's see. It does look like it could pull back a little bit, but just to roll off that MACD right there. And let's see. What else is going on? Measles outbreak in Florida as the state scraps vaccinations, and the WHO, the heck in the government makes such. Did they really take out measles? I wouldn't take that vaccination out. I mean, I wouldn't take any vaccinations that have been working for a long time. I wouldn't scrap any of them, like smallpox and polio and measles and things of that nature. They seem to work, and so yeah, that would be a little weird. There's a lot of short interest right now in RGTI. It needs a little more time to flush out right there. And we were talking about these guys, and also the computer hardware ones. Like I said, they do have a little time to set up. And let's see, and expecting revised price targets on Google. I would expect so too now, after it just popped up like a maniac, like right there, and could pop up a little bit more tomorrow. So be keeping an eye on that. And let's see, what was that VSTD? What did they? Who was that before? Oh, that was Yosh, and Yosh changed their name to VSTD. I mean, look at that! Isn't that the craziest stock ticker ever? I don't know if it's such a good one. Yosh was way better. And but here you go, it's down. I don't blame it for being. It may always be down for that stock ticker. I mean, that might have been the worst decision ever, going from Yosh, which was really cool, to VSTD. I mean, holy cow! What board members approved that one right there? And it's an American company, a restaurant company. If that, what the heck is wrong with them people? Holy mackerel! What who thought of that thing? I mean, yeah, if you want to change the name to Vestan Inc., but don't make it VSTD. I mean, that is like ridiculous right there. I would have tried to throw something like VSAD or something. Through VSAD would have been better than VSTD. Anyway, that's just bizarre to me. And we did look at our ASTS, and we'll be looking at that tomorrow, Rhett. So we'll keep an eye on that one. And let's see, the 4 a.m.s were killing it with STI, BTBD, and that, of course, ABTC, which we already went through, is American Bitcoin Corp. And we talked about it last night on here. STI was jumping up pretty big, over 100% right there. And BTBD right there had jumped up pretty significantly as well. So there you go with that. IVVD is creeping up. And let's see what that's up to right here. Invivid did or something. I don't even know what the name of this company is. I never can figure that one out. But that says it's. You said it's jumping up. Let's take a better look and see IVVD. It is crawling up. It had that nice spike up right in these 2 days. And I'll have to look at that tomorrow. See if it's really curling up, you could have a little tiny pullback. And so there you go. Gold hit 3,600. We were looking at that. What's Roblox up to right here? RBLX. And that is Roblox right there. That looks really good, as a matter of fact. So you might want to keep an eye on Roblox. Let's take a better look at that one, RBLX. And yeah, that does look pretty good. So that should continue its way up there. And let's see what else is going on here. And GameStop, Roaring Kitty sent us a coded message. And Laptop Travel said he might explain it later, probably in his newsletter right there. And Kramer did sign up for the newsletter, so we were talking about that earlier. Pretty cool. That's very cool, as a matter of fact. So there you go. And let's see what else is going on. Deep Soul Diving right here has been learning about these coded messages. Wasn't sure what to believe, but they are fun. I didn't even know. I didn't see anything, so I'm not sure. AVGO does have their earnings tomorrow. And the crypto folks, you must know this. It's so important. Bitcoin has a fixed supply cap of 21 million coins, while Ethereum and Solana have no supply limits with an ongoing inflationary insurance. And then Ripple has a fixed supply of 100 billion coins, partially released from escrow by Ripple. And so who would you invest in long term? And so there you go. And tomorrow, ZNB and BDSX. That's a gift from Laptop Travel. Let's check it out right here and see what ZNB is doing, Zeta Network. And that's a recent splitter and looks really good, guys. So you might want to keep an eye on that one. It is jumping up there in the after hours, it looks like. And let me see ZNB right there. And yeah, that looks like it'll keep your momentum, that's for sure. And BDSX, let's see what that's doing right here. And that's jumping up right there, as a matter of fact. It looks like in the after hours. So keep an eye on them too in the morning. And had the German measles in college, awful experience. I can only imagine, Luis Rodriguez. And VSTD is a venereal sexual transmitted disease. Yeah, I don't know who the heck would name that stock ticker. VSTD. They definitely didn't consult with anybody. I don't know what was on the board's mind. They must be out of their mind, to be completely honest. I mean, as soon as that would have came up, I would have been like, "What? VSTD? Are you out of your crazy?" It was Yosh. I mean, Jesus, it was such a cool one, Yosh, and you want to name it VSTD? You guys are crazy. Who the hell's gonna buy this thing when you went from Yosh to VSTD? Look at ticker check. I mean, they had to approve this thing. That's crazy, guys. And there you go. Yosh board of directors approves the company to operate as Vestala. So in July 15, they were all smoking crack, I guess, because I don't know who the hell approved that. That's just bizarre. I mean, yeah, change the name, but VSTD as your stock ticker? Holy cow. That's bizarre. Anyway, let's keep on cruising. We could talk about that all day. Like we talked about the coking coal ones. What was that? AREC? Is that one? And yeah, there you go. Coking coal. These are dipping down a little bit. I looked at them, and this sector's pretty wild. AMR's pulling back. They're all pulling back right now. So we'll keep an eye on these to find that bottom on them. And let's look at SMX right here, that security one. That one took a nice dip. I saw this one in the basement. Had two reverse splits real quick right there in June and August. And yeah, it's way pulled back. So we might have to keep an eye on this SMX. I remember it was running up. It did pop up pretty good there for a day or two. And then now it's way down. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that one right there. Terrible marketing team. You're not kidding. Lost in transition. Translation, I mean, yeah, that's just crazy. The VSTD. I won't forget the stock ticker if they wanted to try to do that, but I mean, you would just be like, what is it? STD, VSTD? Like, what the hell are you talking about? So anyway, just a bizarre one right there. And I just can't believe that a bunch of bright people on a board would say, yeah, that's a good idea. I approve that. Let me raise my hand and let's go all in and change the stock ticker from Yosh. I mean, Yosh is pretty cool. I mean, you could do a lot with Yosh, and now you're going to be stuck with VSTD. Anyway, Deep Soul Diving says it doesn't bother him. He just doesn't think of it. Maybe body stuff just commonplace. Yeah, that's too funny. I don't know. I have good times with all these names and stuff like that. So they just jump out at me. And when I saw that one and I read VSTD, I was like, what? Like it just immediately jumped out to me, and I was like, "Who the hell would approve? Who would do that?" And again, Yosh was actually really cool. I actually enjoyed that stock ticker. So, oh, you're a girl, Deep Soul Diving. There you go. Well, that's funny then. And so there you go. And well, yeah, just good stuff right there. And I just try to have a good time with it, but you can tell we just try to have it entertaining as we can find the poppers here and make it as fun as possible. And so yeah, there you go. Is there a bigger laggard in the big cap category than Adobe? Holy cow, is that taking its time, Luis Rodriguez? You're not kidding. It was setting up like a month ago, and it's still like back down here. You would think, and it did run up. Don't get me wrong, but it's still waiting to get back on that 20. It does have earnings coming up September 11th, and that is next Thursday. So maybe that's what it's waiting for, but it should crawl right off that MACD and get kind of ready right there. So there you go with that one. And let's see what else is going on. I think we got to all that good stuff right there. And I think we got to all the messages. Let me take a look and see what's trending over here on the old Stock Twits page. Let me take a look and see when it pops up. Hold on. And here we go. There you go. Rocket Lab. We talked about that. That took a huge dip. Did they have their earnings or something? Because it definitely dipped down pretty big today. I saw that one. No, it didn't have earnings, and I don't know why it plummeted today, but the stock settles back after hitting stratosphere. I don't even know what they're talking about. Anyway, it is an aerospace and defense one. It was looking pretty good, and we'll have to keep an eye on it because you might have a bounce on that one right there. So watch that. And we did look at our American Eagle, and CRM is Salesforce, and this one has earnings right here and took a huge dip in the after hours. As you can see, it's way down there at the 242 area. So there you go for CRM, and that is Salesforce, and that did dip down. It was curled up. It's still curled up, but definitely took a nice little dip there. And let's see what else is going on. Remember this FIG one, Figment? I don't know what they're up to. It was a fairly new one. I remember that. And you can just see maybe that's getting set up. Maybe we'll have to keep an eye on Figment right there and see what they're up to. SBET. Oh, that one's actually down a little bit right there. And we did know it was down. And again, they're an Ethereum treasury one, and Google's way up, of course, and CRDO right here, Credit Technology, and that's trying to bounce around. They have earnings and actually bounced right up there, as you can see, for its earnings. So there you go. That's a semiconductor one, and that did pop up there. Let's take a look and see if there's anything over here. I was already looking and didn't really see anything open. We looked at Ugro, we talked about last night. It did run up a little bit, and Nubaru right there. And AIHS, we had mentioned that last night as well. And let's see, there's your BTBD right there, and Google's popping up. And Snapchat right there is trying to get set up. It's just taking its good old time as well. STI was jumped up over 100%. And let's see what else. And we already went through everything else right there. Like I said, I basically went through to see if I saw anything, and there wasn't anything catching my attention, or I already jotted it down there. That C-Jet was way down. We had seen that the other day take a big dip. And what else is going on here? Like I said, not a whole lot grabbing my attention. I think we do have a little bit of a setup period, and then we'll get cruising, and crypto is getting rolling. And Samuel Adams is looking a little better. It is down there, though. We'll have to keep an eye on that tomorrow and see exactly what it wants to do. It did bounce up right there. Let me take a better look. That's Sam. Oh, that's SMA. And here's SAM right here. And that is Samuel Adams. And we'll have to make sure if it gets over that 20, it will get cruising. It does have that crazy, like shark teeth looking thing where it wants to bite through the chart and get running. So we will be looking at Samuel Adams right there, and CNF reverse split on September 5th. Let's see what that's up to. CNF, what is that? CNF Finance right there. And that's way in the basement. So keep that on our watch list for Friday. And FDX right there is good old FedEx, and it's trying to move up. That's trying to get bullish. It has a little bit of time to set up. And what is UPS doing? And that definitely has some time. It's trying to roll off that MACD, but has some real time to get set up right there. So a few of them do have a lot more time to set up. FDX definitely looking pretty good right there and getting into that tight wedge, and it's at the bottom trying to bounce off. They have earnings coming up in the middle of September right there. But yeah, you can catch these bottoms and wait for it to pop up right there. So there's your FDX, good old FedEx and delivery company. So there you go, everybody. I would say that's a pretty good market review right there. Let me see. We did our Mag 7 big caps, all them guys, laptop travel list, our Joey's jams. And we went through everything else and looked at everything, and crypto, of course. And there you go. So I would say all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. Always do your due diligence. And thank you, everybody, for hanging out always and tuning in. Figured we keep it short. Everybody's getting back to school. Tomorrow is actually my little guy and my daughter's first day of school. We had kindergarten orientation today, so that took up a little bit of time that we had to go there. And yeah, tomorrow is actually the official first day of school, and then we can really get back into the swing of things. Next week, I will be up at 4 a.m. with you 4 a.m. Warriors, so I am looking forward to that. And then next week, we will change the schedule and start doing a live show at like 8 p.m. and get it done. We'll get it done in like an hour 10, 15 minutes. So we're not on all night. We'll have a good conversation, do everything, and look at the charts to make sure we know what's popping and what's going to be popping. And then, yeah, we can wrap it up, get ready for the 4 a.m. Warrior time, and then we'll hit all the setups like the Google and Apple and things of that nature. They were beautiful calls right there. They paid significantly today. And that's how we'll rock and roll the market as we're getting into this time to start doing it. I told you guys I was taking some vacation time in August, and I certainly did. But now it's time to get back into the swing of things. And really, we'll be swinging and knocking the market out of the park. That's for sure. Making accounts grow, and everybody will have a fun Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, and everything else. So we'll have a good time going forward. You know that we'll make it as entertaining as possible. But of course, we will find what's popping each and every day. We always do. And of course, the Discord is insane, and you get so many great looks. You got the 4 a.m. Warriors with laptop travel. I give out the night note. There's a lot of great setups. Ben does a morning note. Godfather, a lot of great picks in there, and some great due diligence. And of course, Kyle joined, and he has some great picks as well. And Luis Rodriguez even posts on my page as well and gives you some great options. So it's action packed, guys, and there's always some great picks on there. And like I said, you don't have to rely on one person, which makes it great. You got a lot of people with a lot of great insight, so you can just smash it out of the park. And I did get a question today about the VIP trading, and if anybody's wondering, the VIP is mainly for people that are going to be just like swing trading all day. I mean, it's very active in that VIP trading lounge. And but they're doing like quick swing trades and day trade and hardcore. So if that's not your thing, and you're not trying to trade like a maniac, you don't need the VIP. And I generally tell every single person, hey, why don't you sign up without the VIP? It's made way cheaper anyway. And then if you wanted to upgrade, you obviously could. So you can tell I'm not trying to upsell you guys and try to get you into something that I don't think would be valuable for you. I want to have you in the most valuable thing that's, going to be the price point that you should be at. Let's put it that way. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that VIP was for like hardcore all day long. It's nonstop, but people are swing trading. And the 4 a.m. Warriors Robin has its own page. It has its own page in there. So just go on there, 4 a.m. Warriors, and Laptop Travel provides just great stuff in there. So yeah, deep soul diving. Laptop Travel has been a great addition, and I'm going to step it up again too. Like I said, you guys knew I was taking some time off there, and now it's time to get back to work. So I've been getting back into it, and like I said, the kids will be back in school tomorrow. I'll be dropping them off. We get our new schedule under control. Me and the wife are like, how are we ever going to figure this out? But we'll get it figured out tomorrow, and then we'll be good to go. So we'll definitely get rocking and rolling since summer's over now, and we'll really get crushing the market. And again, 4 a.m., you guys can wake up. We'll hammer the market out, and you guys can be making bank before you even go to your regular job. So it's going to be a good time in that 4 a.m. I promise you that. And then it's going to be a good time everywhere else. And again, Ben does great calls. In my night note, you could see has some great calls on it as well. So we'll be killing it, guys. I promise you that. And August, we just kind of Godfather was off for like 3 weeks. I was off for a few weeks, and so yeah, it's back to full swing, and we'll be killing it there. So there you go. And yeah, the 4 a.m. Warriors trading channel, it's open for all comments. So yeah, everybody participate in there. And again, that's why I'm letting you guys know you don't need the VIP trading unless you're going to be like hardcore all day, every day. So, um, that's the VIP, and obviously it's a lot more expensive for a reason because it is around the clock swing trades, everything else. But if that's not what you're looking for, and again, you can always just sign up for the regular one if you needed anything. Just DM me and I'll shoot you the links for everything. And if you can't post in there, definitely hey Rhett, Robin will make sure that you can definitely post in there because yeah, it should be open for comments as well to 4 a.m. for everybody. So we'll make sure, Robin, that you get in if you want to. I'll make sure that Rhett checks it out for you, and and we'll make sure that there's nothing wrong with that right there. So there you go. And yeah, so we would Deep Soul Diving's right. We could comment before, but it changed. I'll have to look into that. I'll check it out there. Maybe I'll look into it. I'll ask Rhett. He might still be on. I'm not even sure. He might have gone to bed though, but I'll ask Rhett for sure. We'll figure that out, Robin, and make sure that everybody can get on there. So and comment on the 4 a.m. Warrior because that one's going to be wild, guys. I'm telling you, I'm excited to start getting up at 4 a.m. and do the 4 a.m. thing with laptop travel. He's got a great eye for it, and I think if us two get on there together, it's going to be smashing the markets out of the park. That's for sure. And I was just going to look at the Yahoo Finance real quick. That app, it does give me the futures, and the S&P is up 0.16. The Dow's down 0.07, and the Nasdaq's up 0.25, 0.24 right now. So there you go. That's what the futures look like right there. And so, yeah, Robin, I'll look into that. I'll definitely ask Rhett, and we'll figure that out for sure. And if anybody has any questions about the Discord or anything, it's really going to be getting fired up now. And like I said, you guys knew I was kind of taking off a little bit of time in August, but it's time to get ready. And I'm excited. I could tell you that. I was out in the trading shed all day getting things done, looking at the market, having a good time. So I'm excited, guys. And I know this market's going to get ripping, especially crypto and everything else. So again, we'll start at the 4 a.m. We'll knock that out. We'll hit all the great setups. We'll have the crypto. And then if we get ETF moving, guys, that'll just be bank on top of bank right there. So that is what we're looking at going forward and the next couple months. So there you go. And Laptop Travel said he really tries to stay in hard in the 4 a.m. Word trading channel, and he does. He posts a lot of charts and alerts, price target. He's definitely in there a lot, guys. He's doing amazing. Trust me, it's incredible. And yeah, I'm gonna have to pick up the pace, Laptop Travel, and start doing a lot more as well. But again, I was just kind of enjoying summer there, as you could tell. We were all over the place. I was waiting for Michael Anthony to pop on. I was going to say, where's Michael Anthony? I didn't want to jinx it. But there you are. There's Michael Anthony to pop back on there at 10 o'clock or 10:15. We love when you pop on as we're wrapping it up. What do I think of Dell and HPE beat and raised the outlook after the close? Let's look at it. I know we looked at Dell. I forget what it even did. Wasn't it pulling back? Oh no, it did pop up there. I forgot to be honest with you. Um, well, they had their earnings the other day, didn't they? Yeah, they had their earnings the other day right there. And HPE beat estimates. What is HPE right here? Oh, Hewlett Packard. Okay. And they beat their estimates and it did go up a little bit. HPE, let's see. Doesn't look too bad right there, I must say. It does look like it wants to run up there, Michael Anthony. So there you go with them. And here we'll look at two more for you. STX. We were actually hopping off and then just started to talk. But Seagate right there, that actually looks real good in the morning, too, guys. So keep an eye on Seagate right there. And what's Western Digital? You had mentioned this one before, and that thing's cruising up there. So there you go with WDC and studying the 4 a.m. watch list right now for tomorrow. And some popped in the after hours. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a wild list right there. And they do move fast, but we'll all work together there in that 4 a.m. We'll all kind of get it together and We'll learn from Laptop Travel. He's been doing it a while here, and we'll definitely crush it together in that Discord. So, Laptop Travel did post the overnight watch list in there, and then when I get off, I always do my night note and post it in there as well. So, there you go. And yeah, many of the tickers are already picking up momentum, and they will continue. How about Bolt Projects right here? CEO had some insider buying as it's dipping down right there. And let's see, it looked like it was jumping up at the end. BSLK. We've looked at this one before. Good old Bolt Project. So I'll keep an eye on that one right there. Michael Anthony, you can see it did jump up, it says, and this one says it's at that 373. So it certainly did pop up there. We'll have to keep an eye on that, Michael Anthony, for you and see what that's up to. Oh no, that was Laptop Travel that said Bolt Projects, and the CEO had insider buying. So there you go. I'm so used to Michael Anthony posting them at the very end that I just assumed it was still him posting them in there. But it's all good. We love you, Michael Anthony, and everybody else, of course. Laptop Travel, and again, we were talking about the Discord there for a few minutes. And if you have any questions, and like I said a few times, the VIP is for like hardcore swing trading all day. So if you're looking into it and you see it, that's obviously priced way more expensive for a reason. So I try to tell everybody, I don't think you really need it. I doubt you're going to be trading that hardcore. There are people in there that definitely do, trust me. So they take advantage of it, but I don't think everybody needs it, to be honest with you. And you can always upgrade to it. So if you did want to, get on there full time and do it with everybody, you of course can. But everything else is on there. My night note and Laptop Travel to 4 a.m. Warriors, all the picks, Godfather. Ben stuff's on there, his morning note, Kyle's on there, everything else, guys. So you get everything. Luis Rodriguez posted in my page and everything else there. So just wanted to make that clear and didn't want to overwhelm people because, again, that is priced up there for a reason. And that's why I tell everybody, I think that you're probably not going to need it. So I don't try to upsell people and try to sell you something I don't think is going to be worth it or valuable to you, obviously. So I do tell every single person, look, you don't probably need that. And obviously, do it without that because it's clearly expensive. And then if it's something that you wanted to upgrade into, you could clearly do that. We could ask Rhett, and he could easily make it happen for you. So, but again, there's just a select group of people that are hardcore in there. I do hop in there and look, and they're swing trading away like maniacs, and it's great. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying bad. They're going hardcore, so it's very active, and I don't think it's for everybody. So let's put it that way. And so yeah, I just wanted to make that very clear. I've had a few people ask Alicia, and so thank you for tuning in and hanging out, and also everybody. Like I say, if you have any questions, feel free to DM me at any time on X. I do respond to everybody, and I try to go through all the spam mail and make sure that I don't miss anything. So if I don't respond, just tag me in a post, and I'll definitely see that one of them, and I'll most certainly get back to you. That's for sure. So there you go, and yeah, there's Deep Soul Diving, hardcore but not chatty. So fine observing. There you go, Deep Soul Diving. And yeah, like I said, I think the regular subscription is great for all of us. And there's just plenty of opportunity. Like I said, Google, Apple last night, we knew they were popping. I threw them on the list. The momentum plays, you kind of have to look at them for the 4 a.m. Like it's more or less right now than 4 a.m. plays or your real hardcore momentum ones. And of course, we see the setups. We know like IBM and certain ones are setting up. They're just taking their time. So that is what I really zero in on are them setups, obviously, and we can crush them. And of course, the penny stocks haven't really been getting crazy right now. And they go in them waves. So we're in one of them little lags. And of course, at the end of summer, we all knew it was kind of end of summer right there, and we're getting into that period. But I'm telling you, 2-3 weeks from now, it's going to be rocking and rolling, and especially crypto, guys. It looks so crazy. I mean, it looks like it's going to get wild. And here's Himax. Not sure what they are, Taiwan company, and that thing is curling up pretty well right there, Michael Anthony. So we'll have to watch that. Keep us posted on Himax right here. Not even familiar with it. Laptop Travel probably is. He's familiar with all these Taiwan companies and Singapore and all them other ones. But yeah, it doesn't look bad right there. I would say it's going to continue its way up. That's for sure. And there you go, everybody. I would say that is a fun show right there. What's STM? I don't even know. Watch for a dip at 24 or something. And ST Micro Electrics right there. Yeah, that does look like it's going to dip down a little bit more, but also get set up pretty well. So there you go. And again, we'll do our show at 7 a.m. tomorrow. I can't even believe it's Thursday. I was so confused today. I thought today was like Tuesday. It's Wednesday. I was so thrown off with the holiday and everything else, and kids going to school, going back to school, and everything else. So I'm looking forward to next week and being a full week, and we'll be back in our full swing of things, and that'll be really nice. So, and again, we'll be on at 4 a.m. Not doing the show, but we'll be in the Discord crushing the 4 a.m. Warriors. And like I said, maybe we'll possibly think about doing something. We'll see how it runs for the first couple weeks. I want everybody in the Discord to really be doing well in there, obviously. So that's the main focus, and make sure everybody's on the same page. So clearly, if you're going to be doing the 4 a.m. Warriors, I'll be on next week, and we'll all get together. We'll make sure that we're all on the same page. Any questions, feel free to reach out, Mirror Laptop Travel, and we'll get you. We'll all get on the same page, and we'll get cruising. We'll crush that market together. And I bet if we all start posting how great we're having a good time at 4 a.m., that 4 a.m. crew will be get really, really big. So, and the more people you have, the more fun it tends to be. I'm not going to lie. When people are making money, it's always fun to have a lot of people making money together. It always has a good, everyone's always having a great time. I'll tell you that. It's only when you're losing money, it's not so fun. So, and so yeah, that's why we're going to turn ETF 500 back around too and make that fun again, because I'm telling you, if we can take it from here and just get it back up over a penny or two, holy cow, guys, we'll make bank and a half. I'll tell you that. It'll be crazy money. So that is what we're looking at, and that is what we're going to be doing for the next few months here as these markets set up and get ready to rock and roll. So thank you again for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. We were going to end the show like 25 minutes ago, and we kept going, and I can just talk, so I enjoy it, and I enjoy you guys tuning in. So thank you so much, guys. Michael Anthony and Alicia in Deep Soul Diving, and of course Luis Rodriguez, Laptop Travel, and Robin, of course, hanging out this evening, and we'll be in the 4 a.m. crew, and definitely getting it in and killing it. And Yessie was on there. I knew somebody was on there earlier. And of course, Doge Mama 9 is always on every day. I appreciate it. And I greatly appreciate everybody liking and reposting the shows and everything like that. Thank you very much. And be sure to follow along on YouTube, X, and Instagram, and all that good stuff. I'm going to really start posting on the Instagram now, and doing some different stuff on there. So yeah, we'll be getting some more charting out there and everything else, and having a lot more fun, and really destroying the market now that summer's over and it's time to get back to work, I guess. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm always excited, and I think I took enough time off there. So I would say it's definitely time to get back to crushing the market. That's for sure. And that's my favorite thing to do. That's for you guys know that, and that's what we do best on this show. So there you go, guys. Deep Soul Diving. Look at ON getting ready to pop off. So let's look at it real quick. We'll look at on, and then we'll move on and end the show right here. This one down a little bit. I'll take a look at that one tomorrow there, Michael Anthony. And thanks again for tuning in. So yeah, tune in tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. We'll go through pre-market, see what it looks like. The market's just bouncing around, guys. It's perfectly fine. And a lot of the kids are just starting school today, tomorrow. And my little one starts school, and my daughter's going to be a junior in high school. How crazy is that? And so tomorrow's her first day as well. So it'll be first day of school for a lot of kids. Today was the first day for a lot of kids, and tomorrow as well. And then we'll be back in full swing of things, and pretty excited for that. That's for sure. And again, next week we'll start doing the show probably at 8 p.m. this show, and we'll do it an hour earlier so we can wrap it up an hour earlier and get to sleep. I'll get the night note done for the Discorders, and then I'll pass out because I know 4 o'clock in the morning does come early, and we're going to be having a lot of fun in there. So I'm looking forward to it, Robin and everybody else. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. And you guys have a great night. Thank you, Doge Mama 9, for always hanging out. And like I say, you guys know I love doing the show. You guys keep showing up. I'll keep doing it. And it's the best cognitive therapy I could ever have. And you guys all know my brain injury story. And I've made some crazy progress, guys. I mean, doctors, no one can even believe I survived, for one. I mean, I got hit with a 10-ton jack with the pressure of a 2-story house right there in my head. I mean, just the fact that like one piece of that jack, if I swung and smacked you in the head, I'd probably kill you immediately with it. I got hit with the pressure of the house and somehow was floating through energy, survived all that. My head didn't even explode. I have no idea how. And it's been over 2 years of cognitive therapy, concussion. I've done every kind of therapy you could ever imagine. And yeah, I literally roofed my shed by myself this weekend. I mean, that was quite an accomplishment. The beginning of the summer, guys, I couldn't stand on a ladder. And I didn't feel 100%, but I felt well enough that I could do it. And you guys know I'm crazy. I was like, all I have to do is get through this and not get hurt, and I'll be good to go. And I just took my time and made sure I was safe every single time. But yeah, I couldn't even stand on a ladder 2 3 months ago, and now I could actually get on one. So I mean, you just never know. You just stick with things and do it. But yeah, this show has been probably the greatest cognitive therapy you could ever have. And I'm telling you, I don't think I would have ever made all this progress if I never started doing this show. So it's been an amazing over a year now that we've been doing it. But yeah, it's helped me tremendously, I must say. And I've met so many great people, that's for sure. And you guys know I talk to so many of you on X and everywhere else if you message me, and just met so many great people. I met Robin out at the CNR convention. Robin was a great person, and yeah, just so many good people, so many Cavino and Rich great people, so many great people like Laptop Travel, Luis Rodriguez, that literally just started hopping on the very first shows I ever did, and have been here ever since. And Doge Bomb and Nine's been around for a while. Deep Soul Diving's been around for a long time, and Michael Anthony started to chime in now. He's a lot of fun, that's for sure. We always enjoy Michael Anthony and everybody else. I'm telling you, it's just a fun show. We try to make it I try to make it as entertaining as possible. But again, we go through stock charts. It's not the most exciting thing in the world, but we try to make it fun, try to make it educational so that everybody can learn. And that way, in the future, you guys can just take care of yourselves and take care of the market, and just, do it as a side thing, and maybe turn it into never working again. And that's always the ideal goal right there, is have the most amount of time that you can have, your financial freedom. And you don't have to be super wealthy or rich. You just have to be able to afford your lifestyle and not live above your means, and then be able to do what you want to do. Your time is worth more than almost anything, guys. I know that. And so yeah, that's how I look at it. And again, people that, you don't need fancy cars. You guys know how I live, and all that stuff's a bunch of it'll just it just costs too much money to have all that overhead. I've had it all before. You don't need it, and no one cares about it either. So yeah, just stack your money and keep rolling it into the market and make it bigger. And that's how you do it. And I have Wolverine healing powers. I try, guys, and then you guys know I cut my fingertip off. That grew back. I'm just nuts. I mean, it's just, I'm crazy in a good way. You guys know that. But yeah, I'm a little wild sometimes. And I was sitting there thinking the whole time while I was doing my shed roof, I'm like, you imagine I fall off this shed roof after how many times I say I got to stop doing crazy things. So that had to be the last crazy thing I did. And I had to accomplish it without getting injured. And it was quite the accomplishment, guys. I'll tell you that. I felt really good. I'm still exhausted. My body's still hurting from it, but that's all good. I'm not worrying about it. I'll feel better in the next day or two. And so, yeah, crazy stuff, guys. But you always just push forward, have a positive attitude, and keep on cruising. I got hit in the head so hard. I was in a manic state. I was doing crazy stuff. It's amazing I lived through all that, lived through the head injury. And And yeah, and then just, you could be very bitter about something like that. I mean, it changes your life completely. I can't even go in a black light, or like we were in Niagara Falls. I couldn't do any of the golf stuff, the wax museums, a lot of the stuff I couldn't go in, to be honest with you. Anything with crazy lighting, black lights or a strobe light, forget about it. I literally get no, like my stomach starts to turn, and I just don't feel right. I feel like I'm gonna not like pass out. It's not well. My body goes into like some crazy like I got to get out of that area, and I'm looking for an escape. It's pretty wild. So I still deal with things, but again, you just have to take it for what it is. And I say I live a very blessed life. I'm blessed to even be here, and I'm blessed that you guys all come on and hang out every night and every morning with us. So thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. That's all I'm trying to say. And you guys know I always say that, and I'm very grateful for all of you guys. And that's why I take the time out. And if anyone has any questions, we try to answer everything and steer you in the right direction. That's what it's all about, guys. And that's why I think our Discord's great, because again, you got so many great people in there that know what they're talking about, and we're all trying to steer you in the right direction and make sure that you're doing well. So that's the main point of it. And yeah, we're going to do it at 4 a.m. We're going to do it throughout the entire market, and we're going to have a great time doing it. So there you go, everybody. And with 100% wins, even getting in the late 30, 40 percenters are quite possible. Yeah, you just compound your gains right there. And like I said, at 4 a.m., you guys can be making more money than your 9 to 5 job there in like 20 minutes. And Laptop Travel does it nonstop every day. And that's why we're getting up early. I know Luis Rodriguez was up early trading the whatever he was. ABTC or whatever the heck that was, and a couple other ones this morning. So yeah, it's pretty good stuff there at 4 a.m. I'm telling you, it's a totally different market, and we have Laptop Travel that knows how to like really take advantage of it. So let's all take advantage of it and have fun together. Laptop Travel loves it, and he's got Kramer signed up on his newsletter now. I mean, that's pretty amazing right there. So he's doing well, and yeah, so good stuff right there. Good stuff for everybody hanging out. Appreciate it. And found out about me through my through your wife, Licho's something. No way. I didn't even know that. Luis Rodriguez, I had no idea. Licho something as well. I remember that name all the time, Luis Rodriguez. Holy cow, I had no idea that was your wife. Wow, that's pretty wild. What about Kramer? Kramer signed up for Laptop Travel's newsletter, Michael Anthony. So yeah, he liked one of his newsletters and then signed up for it today. So that is very cool. And yeah, you can do it. Options, leaps, all everything. So there you go. And CRDO crushed their earnings, and that's in the chip sector. So there you go. And yeah, you just learn to leverage your capital, guys. That's what we're going to be doing. And obviously, like I said, you get into the best plays that you can. And some of these options like Google and Apple today, they paid pretty tremendously. I'm not going to lie. They were big hits right there. And you don't have to get crazy with trading. I say this all the time. You just have to pick the quality ones. You don't have to overtrade. I feel like if I try to overtrade, I don't do as well. Now I'll trade the 4 a.m. ones. They're quick, guys. You're going to be in and out. So it's going to be boom, boom, and then you're just going to be done. And you're going to see your accounts growing as you compound it. But these option plays, I get into them. I can see the chart set up. I get in a little early. They run up and you get out of them, and they're huge hits, guys. I mean, they generally run for over 100% the way I set up the options, and I'll go through it. I've made a video, but we'll get into it hardcore in the Discord, and I'll really tell you guys exactly which ones I'm buying and what it is and what we're going to be looking at. And Luis Rodriguez is up over 400% on his Google Leaps. So yeah, that's exactly how you do it. And these things are up pretty significantly, and they do run up and they make your account grow really, really fast. So that is what we're going to be looking at. And again, I just took some time off in the summertime to hang out and enjoy myself. And why not, guys? I think I might do it every year. I was already saying, I think I'm going to take August off the entire year and definitely not doing anything ever again between July 4th and like July 11th, I'd say, because I seem to get injured in that week. That's when I cut my finger off this year, and that's in the time frame that I got hit in the head. So in the last 2 years, I've done crazy things in that week. So I'm not doing anything. Everyone's like, well, I just take July off. Maybe I will. I'll just take July and August off and then resume. So I may have a teacher schedule now, like my wife. How's that? And so there you go, guys. And but yeah, need to learn out options, deep soul diving. I literally taught myself how to do options on this show last year, right around this time. Actually, it was like right in October I started messing with them, and then in December, holy cow, I destroyed it. It was absolutely insane what I did, and I had been posting them up there, and I made a video. You can go on my YouTube, and it's my option strategy. I had no idea, nobody taught me anything. I just figured it out how to do it myself, and figured out this I talked about it. I just basically, so if Apple, I'll tell you right here, we'll go through it real fast if you want. I'll tell you exactly what I do. And Apple right here this morning, and I'll go on here because it'll be easier. I remember what it was. But this morning, it opened up at what, 235, and I looked at it and said, well, that thing's definitely going to continue up. So you go in 236 and you buy that, and then it jumps up to 239 and you're already in the money just like that. So that's the way I do it. And I do it a few weeks out, even 2-3 months, depending on what the charts are looking like. This, it was going to be a quick one. So yeah, you pop them out, and it seems like options pay the most, is what I figured out, if you're in the money about 3 weeks out. So, yeah, I still have that video for the options, Luis Rodriguez. It's on my YouTube, so just go on there and check it out. I'll go on there and post out the link for you guys, and I go through exactly what I do. And again, I don't look and see. Yeah, I don't try to find how high it's going to go up. It's cheaper that way. Don't get me wrong. I paid a premium to know that it's going through, and once it rips through, they go up, and it starts going to like 150%. I was posting them last year, and I'll start doing it again for you guys, and you guys will see. You just I just picked the next dollar up, just knowing it's going to blast through it, and then just watch these things run up. It's crazy. And each day it runs up and gets closer, it goes up even more. I don't know the formula exactly, but again, I just kind of taught myself how to do it. I thought it was the most logical way to do it, and that seemed to be logical to me. And not only was it logical, every single hit was for over 150%. That's when I realized, I was like, huh, these things do pay out way better than penny stocks, because you don't need to put as much money into them as well. And penny stocks are usually all or nothing too. You're pretty much smashing it out of the park, or they're reverse splitting and you're getting screwed. So options a lot of times can be all or nothing. You can sell it if it's dipping down, but you pick them right and they roll up there, and you're in the money, guys, and you're just cruising. So that is what I do as my strategy. And again, I just taught myself how to do it. I'm not a financial guy. Clearly, I have zero financial background. And so yeah, I never had anybody teach me how to do it, and I just kind of messed around with it last year, taught myself, and figured out that was the way to do it. And but yeah, that is my little method, and I was just using a Apple as my example there. Michael Anthony from today, as a matter of fact. So yeah, we'll go up tomorrow more. It could run up early in the morning. We'll have to see exactly where it's sitting right there. Google was another great one there. And again, I put these on the night note. They were easy. And Google just smashed it right out too, because it opened up. I knew it was in the 220s, and it got in the 230s. It opened up at 223 right there. All you had to do was go 224, 225, and it went to 232, and it blasted right through it. So, and you were way in the money right there. So that is how I do it. And again, there's a video. I'll post the link on there. There's definitely a video on my YouTube that I had made again last year, because I think it was last year when I made the video. Maybe it was at the beginning of this year, but I literally taught myself how to do it like last October. So almost going on a year that I know how to trade options. That's about it. But they do pay pretty well. I'm not going to lie. And then when the market, you can't really tell, that's when you just trade straight stock. So we'll also talk about that in the Discord and all that good stuff as well. And I'll run through our news, because we didn't do that. And U.S. stock futures are mixed, as labor market strain boosts rate cut bets and Asia markets stabilize as Fed comments, jobs data point to cuts. And I told you guys that a cut was coming. And NASDAQ gains, U.S. bonds rally, Asian stocks rise as weak U.S. jobs fuel Fed bets, and the stock futures are a little changed after Alphabet rallies and boost the S&P 500. So there you go. And I would say that is what we are looking at for this evening. And we'll be back at 7 a.m. and see what's going on for the pre-market. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only. Not intended as financial advice. Always do your due diligence. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Be sure to follow along. Will you do this show every night at 9 p.m., soon to be 8 p.m. We're going to change it next week, and it's Sunday through Thursday night. And, of course, we do our pre-market show at 7 a.m., and that's Monday through Friday. And I'll probably keep it at 7 a.m. Maybe I'll make it at 6:45 just to make sure I can get my little guy to school every morning. And it doesn't really matter if it's 6:45 or 7. It's not like the heat map's changing over or anything's different in them 15 minutes. So I'll keep you guys posted on that as well. And thank you very much, Deep Soul Diving and everyone else. So enjoy your evening there, and I will catch you guys in the morning. Have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you at 7 a.m.